You got Maria, back-to-back major hurricanes that have caused billions of dollars in damage to the U.S. mainland, also to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. I mean, the list just seems to go on and on, Kelly.
Yeah, so we want to talk about the long-term implications of all these events on your wallet with our business analyst and meteorologist, Paul Walsh. Good to see you this morning, Paul.
Good morning, Kelly.
So it's a hard question to ask, and can we even come up with a number? What is the price tag, you think, of all of these events?
Well, we don't know for sure yet. It'll be a while before we're able to get a real tally on it. But from a context perspective, the impact is massive. I saw some research that basically indicated we're probably looking at over $200 billion. And to put that into context, over the last 50 years prior to the season, we've accumulated about $500 billion. So over the last month or so, we've almost reached half of that. So it's almost incomprehensible, the amount of damage from these three storms.
Paul, crazy question. If we have more stuff like this, first of all, can we expect more losses like this in the future? And then on top of that, how are businesses and government organizations preparing for this kind of activity?
Well, in terms of your first question, the shorter answer is yes. And there's three real reasons for this. First and foremost, it's just more of us living in the way of these kind of storms with more. So millions of people, billions of dollars of assets. Number two, the sea levels are rising. There's just we've already seen that. In fact, there's a great book coming out in October called The Water Will Come by Jeff Goodell. That's a really good read, Reynolds, that sort of speaks to this problem. And third, the temps have gotten warmer. I mean, it just has. So that's supercharging these impacts. So when you combine all of those, the risks are becoming more and more significant.
And Paul, I understand last week you spoke at an event in New York City as part of Climate Week. What was discussed there?
Yeah, you know, it was amazing. Climate Week was last week during the midst of all of this, and I was speaking to a group that was really talking about the fact that a lot of these risks are baked in the cake, and businesses and government now are sort of taking the bull by the horns and creating solutions to this, to be able to use data and analytics and weather data to create new industries and create new ways to deal with what is already happening and what is recognized as already happening. And I have to tell you that I come away with that very optimistic, because I'm very confident that with the technology and with the infrastructure and with the momentum in terms of creating these new industries and these new technologies, that we're going to at least be able to deal with what is likely to be an increased risk of these kind of events, over the next 50 years.
Okay, Paul Walsh, thanks so much. Wow, troubling times, Paul. Again, thank you. But we've got so much more coming up.